What is going on, fam? We are doing our Thursday night bully talk. I have to apologize to you guys. Last week, Thursday, right before I went live, something popped off and I just couldn't make it. I just couldn't make it. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't make it. So, we just took it on the chin. You can count with one hand in the last 3 years or so how many lives I've ever missed. I want to say that real quick. And hey, let's look at our Inserata saying she got the app notification. All right, good deal. Good evening, Bully fam. Adam Fields in the house. Evo or Ivo says, morning, Raul. Ivo, that leads me to ask you, where are you writing from if it's morning time right now? Right now, where I'm at, it's 8 p.m. Central Standard Time here in the U.S. Low Belly Bulls, good evening for the, I guess, from the Space Coast. Got you. Freaky All Day, let's talk about it. I like it. Let's talk about it. I like it. I keep going back and forth with the name of the podcast we're going to be dropping on Thursdays. Right now, I got it as Dog Talk, just for now. Let's go, Second City. All right, V's Bully Team. Appreciate you, Raul. Completely understandable, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Que pasta? Tony Lopez. Jeremiah, good evening, fam. Got notified through the app. Good deal. Thoroughbred Bull Terriers, impromptu live, baby. No, actually, look, I missed last Thursday. Something came up literally 10 minutes before I'm going live. I could not postpone it for after the live. Ghost Dog Candles, good evening, Bully fam. All right. So listen, guys, this week we're going to be talking about emergency vet clinics. Now, I know a lot of you that have been following me for a while, I've talked about it, but we need to talk about it again because I've seen a couple of posts, breeders leaving either everything for the last minute, or maybe the vet got sick or passed away or went on vacation or something, right? Because that's also a possibility. I've seen that happen in the past. Rock Solid. So I was going to ask you guys to give me your experiences as I was going to share mine. Rock Solid Bully Camp ahead of the game. They said they just charged me $6,000 for emergency C-section last Sunday. So Rock Solid, if you don't mind, let's have a conversation here for everybody to understand all the dynamic that's going on, and at the same time they can learn. So let me ask you this. How long have you been a breeder, Rock Solid? If you could please type that up. It's really important that I get that so I could follow up with what I'm going to say. Freaky All Day says, question, do you have a pocket in your yard? Thought I seen one with rose ears. Yeah, that's my girl, Daisy Duke. Yeah, we got her this past summer. RGB got the YouTube notification. Okay, cool. Fair call. I've saved my dog a couple times at the emergency vet. Can't even lie. Costly, but my dog is alive and healthy. All right. Kyle, Headhunter. Thanks for always passing on good info. Nothing but love, man. Listen, because I see Rock Solid. I don't know if they're delayed or they can't type. And so I'm going to talk to you about my experience, which is very similar to theirs, at least as far as price. So typically, I pay anywhere between $1,200 and $1,500 C-section. Depends how many techs are called in. Just a couple little variables. All right, Rock Solid answered. He's been a breeder now for 2 years. Okay, let me get back to that. I have 4 vet, 2 local, and 2 a little further. Oh, good point, Freaky All Day. That's exactly where I'm going to be heading here in a minute. All right. Maurice Somo, number love, man. So listen, typically I pay anywhere between $1,200 and $1,500 per C-section, right? Variables will make the price go up or keep it down, basically. So I had this particular vet that was relatively close to me. I want to say maybe a 15 to 20 minute drive, no more than that. Turns out they told me that they provided 24-hour service. Okay, so if you had an emergency, as long as the dog had been seen there and they had records, they would see your dog. So July 4th weekend is going to happen, I want to say on a Sunday. And I happen to have to go to the vet clinic like right before the previous Wednesday or Tuesday. And I go there and They don't make any mention that that the one weekend that they do not work in is 4th of July weekend. Everybody was hush hush, right? I guess they were hush hush. I could understand why, because if I was to open my mouth, maybe they would force somebody to stay behind. That's what I was thinking. Long story short, July 3rd at night, which was that Saturday. So I figured they took Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. Anyways, my female starts panning, starts showing signs that she's going into labor, right? So, like I always do, we were going to do a C-section nonetheless. So I went ahead and called my vet. And typically I would get a call back within 15 minutes, which didn't matter because I would already be on my way over there. This time I wasn't on my way over there for some reason, but I see 15 minutes have passed and I haven't received a call. 20 minutes have passed and I haven't received a call. Now, by 20 minutes, she is loaded in the truck and we're getting ready to go. 22, 23 minutes go by and I don't get a call. Okay. So I call like the fourth time and I just stayed there and I realized that now it goes into a voicemail and it's saying that, they're not going to be there 4th of July weekend. And then they gave me the phone number to Conroe Emergency Clinic, right? Which is right here down about another 15 or 20 minutes from where I'm at. So to make a long story short, I headed in that direction. And when I got there, they were like, oh yeah, 6,500, right? To do the C-section. And I was like, man, there was another clinic about, I want to say 7 minutes away. So we drove over there. She had passed the first pup. The others weren't passing. We drove over there, and next thing you know, they're telling me the same thing, 6,500. I'm like, damn. I mean, it's rather steep to go from, 1,500 at most to 6,500, right? But we didn't want to waste any more time. So we went in, and I take a look at the vet, and he looks brand spanking new. So I drive down to the previous vet clinic, and the vet looks brand spanking new. So at this point, I am stuck. In my opinion, it's not even the money. Take the 6,500 out of the picture. Thank God I had the money available to be able to pay. That's not the issue. The issue is I'm looking at a wide-eyed vet that you can tell he's on the phone with somebody else because he just looks fresh. He looks green, right? Even in conversation with me, he sounded a little green. So, I went ahead and said, okay, fine. Here's the 6,500 because you have to pay up front, by the way. Paid the 6,500 and go ahead and do the C-section on the female. So he says, yeah, no, absolutely. Leave her here, blah, blah, blah. Skedaddle. Get out of here. We're going to handle this. All right. So I jump in my car, literally outside of the front door. And I told him, for anything, just call my number. I'll be out there because I don't like to sit in the lounge. And an hour goes by. Okay. 2 hours go by. Damn, that's weird. I'm not getting a call or nothing. He might be just closing her up or something. I don't know. Two and a half hours go by. I go in there. He hasn't even touched her. Now I'm starting to get frustrated with him. And it's not even, I don't want to sound cruel, but I'm not necessarily at that point thinking about just the puppies. I'm thinking about my female's life at that point, right? Because she was showing, signs of not being able to pass a pup here, and now, 3 hours had elapsed. So, I tried talking to the vet. He's going to call you. Never got a call. 5 hours, 5.5 hours, close to 6 hours go by. I go in there. I'm steaming at this point, and they tell me, oh yeah, she's in the operating table now. Okay, fine. So I sit back in my car. I figure it's going to take him maybe half hour, 40 minutes tops to close her up. This dude took almost 2 hours to close her up. It almost sounded like he didn't, I don't know. I don't want to make an assumption because I cannot evaluate a vet. But I can tell you, every vet I've gone to is typically a 30-minute, to suture up the dog and put everything back in place. I don't know how it could take 2 hours to do that. Anyways, all of a sudden, I call, and all of a sudden, yeah, the vet wants to talk to you, and the tone all of a sudden changes. Now, when I first arrived there, I failed to mention this. When I first arrived there, he mentioned, hey, we could spay her while we take the pups out. And I said, no, you're not going to spay her, right? And he came back around the conversation about spaying her. And I was like, listen, I need you to comprehend something. She's going to go in intact, and she's going to come back intact. I'm not signing anywhere to go ahead and spay her. So let me fast forward again. Finally, I get to talk to the vet. He tells me none of the pups were alive. I figured that. It took you 6 hours. She was already in active labor. Why would it take you 6 hours, right? So finally, long story short, we head back home. We only got that one puppy that she was able to pass. We paid $6,500 for the stitch up, all that good stuff. Then, Tuesday finally comes around. So I head over to the veterinary clinic. That was my original veterinary clinic. And I headed over there. The minute I walked through the door, you could just imagine I felt it was, at this point, I feel it was more hypocrisy than anything else. Oh, Mr. Raul, because they knew me, because all my dogs would go there, and, oh, come on in, and just very polite and very lovely. There was no reason to be upset at them. So I asked the girl at the front desk, I said, can I please get the medical records on all my dogs? Immediately, because they already know what's up. The head vet comes all the way to the front. And she's like, is there a reason why you want all the medical records? I said, yeah, I'm taking my dogs to another vet. Oh, but I said, listen, we both know what happened. I don't have to sit here and explain to you that if I'm here on Tuesday, my dog gives birth or is expected to give birth on July 3rd or 4th, that you guys would have spoken up. That way, I could have at least figured something out. I would have had at least 3 or 4 more days to figure something out. Instead, everybody was hush because y'all worried about your vacation. I understand that. But I am $6,500 short. I'm missing a litter. And I don't even know if my dog was sewed up properly. And, they ended up giving me my records. Immediately, I went. So the reason I explained this story to you guys, right, is because it is imperative that you have a 24-hour veterinarian that will tell you 365 days a year. And what I have had to require after that particular experience is I've asked them to put it in writing, right? You put it in writing, because if I got to run and you're not covering, because I'm bringing my dog here because you say you're covering. So the day you're not covering, if I bring my dog, you're going to cover those fees at least. And it's not even a monetary thing. It's more of give it to you right smack in the eye because you lied to me type of thing, right? So, all right. So here's what I want to tell you guys, especially you guys that are starting out. Your females are not going to be ready to breed until they're anywhere around 20 to 24 months. It's just a fact, okay? Because of that, you have 20 to 24 months to be able to locate, various veterinarians. See, I learned my lesson. I don't put all my eggs in one basket. I have a vet that ear crops, right? I have a vet that I do my vaccines. I don't have to go too far for that. And I have my vet, I do everything big, from reproduction to any type of emergency visit. It is ultimately very important that you have this, guys, because the last thing you want to do is, like I saw a post on Facebook not so long ago where a gentleman was saying that he had bred, I guess, to a big dog or a double N dog, and the puppy was not passing, and that he doesn't have the $4,000 that the emergency vet clinic is charging. I know I've talked about this about 101 times. I really don't understand how you could be a responsible breeder and realize at the moment that the pup is not passing that your only recourse is an emergency clinic when you had at least at minimum 59 days to get it done before your bitch went into labor. Like, if you got hit with the $4,000 bill, I would consider myself happy. It could have been worse. Could have been 6,500. You see what I'm saying? And here's the deal. I've also received a lot of stories from people that have written to me where the same scenarios set up. So I started figuring out, okay, so in my mind, what vets in my neck of the woods do is they contract with one particular emergency service clinic, whichever's closest, I guess. I don't know. And then they recommend their customers to go there. Okay. And I figure there's got to be some sort of backdoor deal, right? Where the charge is going to be $6,500, right? And they're going to put a wide-eyed, brand new veterinarian in there so he could butcher and get his experience. At $6,500, because that's what he's worth, brand spanking new. And we just can't wait for you to bring that dog to the ER, because that veterinarian is going to repeat whatever the veterinarian on the phone is telling him. At least that was the impression I got when it happened to me. And they're going to try and push spay. That's what they're going to do. In fact, in certain scenarios, they went ahead and spayed without anybody telling them. Right? So, it's our protocol. That's just how we roll. Yeah. Unless you call them out on it. Right? I'm letting you guys know, for everything that they're going to operate your dog on, you must sign for. It must be written on there before you sign. If there is, say, a triangular row, whereas, you only write at the very top what's being done and the rest is blank. If you're going to sign it, make sure you put a line through it, like from one corner, from the very bottom of the word all the way down to the corner. That way they can't go back and write spay on there. You see what I'm saying? Unfortunately, guys, a lot of this has been happening. But at the same time, whose fault is it, guys? Whose fault is it for when the fit hits the shan for your only recourse to be an emergency vet clinic? I have sat here and told you guys, get yourself a vet out in the country, even if you got to drive 2 hours out. It's going to be good for you. You're going to get some good air and everything. Plus, that vet in the middle of the country, he's not making dollars. Really, he's not really charging on dogs and cats. That's more of a secondary service. His main business are the cows and the horses and the livestock that are coming through. You see what I'm saying? Plus, they are constantly working on reproduction of animals and whatnot. You go to a city vet, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg, especially on an emergency situation, because they know you've got nowhere else to go. They're going to take advantage of you, right? Now, I already know, I'm talking about the majority, only because I experienced it here locally. And I do know that there are like corporate trends, if you will, where in a particular industry, they know how to maximize profit, and all of a sudden it spreads like wildfire. And I have the feeling that something like this, I wouldn't doubt it if it's happening in any other state for that matter. With that being said, there's always an exception to the rule. I know that. Let me go here to the comments real quick. Let's see. What's up, Maurice? We got Bama Elite Kennel, QBNK app, Facebook, and YouTube notifying me. All right, man. I'm in New York. Average C-sections are 1,200 to 1,800. What is the average C-section, guys? Let me know what city and state you're in, and what's the average price. And Saratha, we've had to use ER Vet for my daughter's rescues for accidents a couple of times, not to do with breeding. That's a whole different story. If a dog decides, unfortunately, it's crossing the street or something, gets hit by a car, obviously that's a whole different deal. But when we're talking about breeding, there shouldn't be a reason uh, for you not to have your little primary vet for vaccines and things like that, and then your ER, your 24-hour service vet, and then don't stop at one. Go ahead and have yourself a second one if you can, and go take them a dog. Go take them a dog, and make sure your dogs are registered in each one of these clinics. And if it ever flies, you at least have that safety net to be able to catch you. Otherwise, oh man, all you're gonna get is a bull in the ring. That's what you're gonna get. Yeah, okay. Freak Out Day says, okay. So you're going to try pocket and standard a little bit? Not really. Kind of, sort of. That's all I'm going to say for right now. RRLR, hello. Can I ask? I have East-West Bully. Can I use New Vet or shoot be both of the New Vet Plus? My friend, if your dog has dietary East-West, and the only way you're going to know is, if the parents are not East-West or heavily inbred, for example, then if you're not supplementing, then you have a real good chance or possibility of it having to do with some sort of dietary insufficiency. If that's the case, then MuVet is definitely rectifying that, right? But if it is completely genetic, there's nothing in the world that's going to correct that. You're going to need, you're going to need to operate the leg to be able to straighten it out. And even then, you're going to have issues. Pinnacle Bully Kennels. Good evening from North Carolina, ladies and gents. What's up, man? I say Feliciano. Only YouTube notified me, fam. Last week, nothing. Oh, wow. You got to check the notifications on YouTube, man. Rock solid. My puppy sack popped in mother's uterus. That happens a week before due date. What is the cause of this? Man. Here's the thing, guys. This is why. Now, I've spoken with people in the past, and people love large litters. Oh, I want 12 puppies. I want 14. Do you know what you're saying? You must be brand spanking new, because, I mean, don't get me wrong. If I got 15 pups, they're going to be taken care of. But, man, it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. Not only that, here's where I'm going to try and answer this question. I've noticed that the larger litters, right, there's always some sort of complication. It just comes with the territory. Plus, the runt, or not even the runt, the smallest pup within a litter that is large is usually super tiny, right? Which means you're gonna have to work a lot to be able to save that pup, right? Like getting up every 2 hours and feeding. I know it sounds like a heroic thing you want to do, but trust me, after 96 hours, you don't know if you need feeding. Let me put it that way. So I like if you were to ask me what's the perfect count, 8 for me is fine. There's a breast for every pup. Everything a mom usually is able to manage with everything. Maybe not the first day. You might have to help her out a little bit, but it's not going to be a 96-hour, every 2 hours you're going to be feeding thing. Okay. So let me see here. Shout out QBN from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Just now checking in. What's the topic today? We're talking about emergency vet clinics. Emergency vet clinics. Is it a money grab? Who else has experienced seeing like a newer veterinarian rather than a more experienced one in those ER clinics? I mean, and let me know what city and state. Derek Hall says, I'll learn from you to keep multiple vets. Yes, veterinarians will make or break your yard. Quick story. Here in Houston, I'm trying to get a little fuzz off the hat. Here in Houston, there's a repro, a well-known repro clinic. I took two females there, and we paid for TCIs. And at the time, I favored TCIs over surgical because there's no scarring of the uterus. In other words, you ain't got to split the uterus, right? You don't have to cut into it in order to put the sperm, and yet you're able to put it in the same place. So it made sense to me to not do a C-section, but do TCI. I come from a place where if it says $700 TCI. I don't know if, I mean, Houston is a huge city, but I don't know if it's that there's more competition maybe in Miami. I don't know, but it's not just $700 I'm going to do a TCI. It's $700 I'm going to do a TCI, but I'm hitting it 98.9% of the time. You see what I'm saying? So what ends up happening is I take two females over there. One of the females just stood there and let her do whatever she wanted to do. The second female, she tells me I can't go back there with her. And then she comes back saying, oh, yeah, she constantly moved, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, she constantly moved, but, were you able to put the sperm through the cervix? That's what I told her. Well, I mean, she was moving. Okay, so then are you charging me for what you didn't do, or are you charging me for what you did? Right? Because they'll if you listen close enough, they'll pretty much tell you what went on and what didn't go on. Right? At least in my opinion, that's how I kind of interpreted it. So I'm just letting you guys know. Have yourself 3-4 vets, man. If you can have two reproductive vets, that's even better, man. Because you try one out, you try the other, and then if one misses, then the other one's the one, and that sort of But it's always good to have different vets on hand. Doesn't he have a credit card to put it on? I believe he said something like, he might have had it maxed out, man. And when you're dealing with dogs, it's an easy thing. It's an easy thing to happen. You have, back-to-back litters, for example, with C-sections, and maybe before you're able to sell the pups, you have a third one that goes into labor as well. Now you're maxed out, or you're really close to your limit, or it doesn't cover the whole amount. I mean, I don't want to get into personals. For whatever reason, the card was no longer an option. What's up, Raul? Central Florida's in the house. What's up, K's? Number love, man. Naomi Dose or Deuce. Greetings from the island of Stanton, Bully XL fam. My bad. All right. Possibly playing too rough. Yeah, for the sack to rupture, that is a possibility. The other possibility, I had that happen to me. The other possibility is, you have a female that's smaller than the male, and the puppies are coming in large and they are in high number. What ends up happening in there is, man, I tell you, it got to a point I would press on this girl and it was like on her belly, and it was like pressing on a car tire. It was really that compact in there. So, my deduction was that it popped because of that. Friction, mainly friction. If you notice, when those sacks come, they're real slimy. They got mucus and whatnot, and sometimes it's even hard, to just grab it in one place because it's trying to slip. But that's meant for a reason, and the reason is so that there's no friction in there. Otherwise, friction is going to cause the sacks to break, man. John Lyon, Pinnacle Bully, what's good from NC? Yeah, man, what's up? Good day, QBN fam. What's going on, fam? Number love. Yeah. So, yeah, guys, some of you are going to be in some areas where maybe you might have to drive 3 hours out for a vet out in the country. But I'm going to tell you something right now. Isn't it worth it? Would it not be worth it for a vet that all he's doing every other day is pulling puppies, kittens, baby calves, baby goats, whatever? He's constantly in the process of that. Would you not want to have that? I mean, not to mention they're going to charge you less, but that's completely secondary. Just the experience alone. Not only that, their mentality is not that of, I'm just fresh out of school, where, maybe big pharma pushes, to spay. And so that's what I repeat to everyone. Oh, yeah, you should spay because that's what I was taught in school, and that's what I'm going to repeat. Don't be naive enough to think that these schools are not influenced by an industry like big pharma, because they are. I make no bones about it, man. Even the books that are written are influenced by big pharma. Make no mistake about that, right? So there's a reason why big pharma wants you to spay. There's a reason. That reason I can't precisely tell you, but there's a reason for it. Um, Definitely, responsible dog owners, you should spay. I've spayed my girl Lazu. I've spayed my girl Aruba after they were bred 3 times. I don't want them to accidentally get impregnated when they're 7 years old. That's unfair. Like, come on, man. I'm going to go ahead and breed you to your, equivalent to human 60s, 70s. That's not fair. So I understand that part of it. Let me see. What's up, man? Furman says, once you have a good vet, it is then on us to keep in contact and on the same page. And they be sure we are cautious about who we refer to these good vets. This is true too. Guys, I cannot overemphasize how important having a vet, in particular with 24-hour service, is to any program out there. You're going to run into issues sooner or later. Remember, guys, say, for example, you have a larger male going to a smaller female, and he's, putting in bigger puppies than you would expect for a female that size. And it adds all that pressure in there. What also ends up happening is the placentas, right? They're going to stick to the uterus, right? But when there's less pups, more than likely, you're going to have one placenta sticking on this side of the wall and the other one over here. So you have plenty of room, right? When there's too many pups, what ends up happening is they'll overlap, right? And that's why sometimes you have a small puppy and you want to call it a runt, like I just did a little while ago. It was just more of a reference point. But in reality, there's a big difference between a runt and what I call a preemie, but really it isn't a preemie. And that is when a puppy's placenta lands on a large percentage of his placenta lands on top of another pup's placenta, he's only getting the nutrients from the part that's not on top of the other pup's placenta. So he's got to make do with less food, less nutrients. That's essentially it, right? Whereas a true runt, is a dog who just genetically took the garbage, took the worst genetics available from both parents, and the rest of the pups are looking amazing. And this puppy, he's just feeble, he's wonky. But I'm gonna give you a little secret that I've sort of kind of figured out, how to tell if it was a dog who is under, I don't want to say underdeveloped, but had lower resources in his development versus a dog that's truly the runt. And that is when you notice the puppies have teeth at first. I usually do it on day 24. Go ahead and check their teeth and then compare it to that puppy that is smaller than the rest or the one that's looking more feeble. If the teeth look as developed on that one pup, that's a true runt. If the teeth look like they're just like maybe 2 or 3 days behind the others, that's what I call a preemie, which is really not a preemie. It's just a pup that was actually getting less nutrition throughout his development. And usually they end up catching up. And then even some occasions, they end up being the biggest, baddest dog in the entire litter. Just like our healthcare system, they need patience to make money. This is true. It's going to be a few weeks, fam. Oh boy. How long does embark usually take? I'm going on my 3rd week, man. This last litter I had, by the way, I'm going to be announcing my upcoming litters here in a moment. I gotta upload a picture while I'm talking to you guys. This past litter, I actually swabbed my pups at 2 weeks. I had half the litter at the embark for half the litter at 10 weeks. And I just got the second half or the other 5, which really sucks because I wanted to give my customers the ability to be able to see the entire results. But that teaches me a lesson. Now, literally, I'm just going to do it the day after they're at home, or even have the order done before they get here. That way, it's just an easy process because, man, let me tell you, it sucks when you got to choose and you don't have all the tools, man. I could understand my customers. Guys, give me just a second. I'm trying to upload the picture for for the stud that we're going to be using, and I just want to make sure that I'm able to upload it for you guys to check it out. And in fact, I don't have it, so just bear with me here in a sec. Let's go through the comments. Plus, the rural vets are used to dealing with clients that make a living off the animals. Yeah, and 9 times out of 10, the rural vets I found are breeders, dog breeders. Pick your breed. They're so, to me, the dynamic of the city vet is totally different than the dynamic of the country vet. The city vet, and I hate to say this because it sounds like a bad, evil thing, but it really isn't. The city vet basically lives off of dogs, cats, hamsters. What other common? Maybe snakes. Maybe. The one in the country, he's got the cows and the livestock and the horses. So, you go over there and you're the vet for a horse that's worth $1 million. Yeah, man, you're gonna be all right. Life is gonna be good. You have endless supply of customers. You don't have to overcharge them or that sort of thing. Whereas, if you go to a city vet, it's just cats and dogs, and you notice they come up with magical vaccines that all dogs have to be able to be there, and magical flea medication because we are a flea-free clinic, and they gotta reinvent themselves, and you can't blame them. In the city, I'm sure they pay a lot more for utilities, rent, insurance, et cetera, et cetera. So you can't blame them, but at the same time, don't put yourself at their mercy. Get yourself a country vet so that you don't have to, put all your eggs in one basket. Guys, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to look at them. To make my announcement, I'm just going to look up the dog in Instagram, and this way I don't have to do all the downloading and everything. I like to show you guys. I'm very excited about our upcoming breedings. I wanted to make sure that contracts were signed before I said anything, just in case. Really, no real reason to think that it wouldn't go through. But I definitely wanted to make the announcement today, and I'll repeat it again on Sunday. And I'm also gonna say this: it's never for sure 100%. I'm just gonna say that. And the only reason I say that is because if the female spikes, I always have a plan B, which I always tell you guys, a plan C, all the way to the letter Z, and you got to have it. If you don't, again, you're setting yourself up. I hate to say it, but when it comes to breeding, a lot of times, the law, what's that law where everything goes wrong? That particular law is just gonna stick his little dirty head out, and it's gonna catch you unprepared. And if it catches you unprepared, man, hold yourself. And again, it's not even the money. Would you really want to see a brand new vet putting his hands on your dog? Really? Let me see here. I just want to make sure this is the correct dog. I'm very sure that that's who it is, but I'm scrolling here. I'm gonna bring him up to you guys here in a second. Yeah. Okay. This dude, man, wait till you see him. I really like this guy. So without further ado, let me show you guys the stud I'm going to be using and in the upcoming litter. Let me just bring this up. Share the screen. Bring it up. There it is. All right. So check it out, guys. Murphy's Law. That's right. I don't know why it slipped my mind, man. I guess I'm getting a little old, I guess. So, guys, can you tell me who this is? Man, do me a favor. Don't read the comments. Do you guys know who this is right here? All right. I guess you guys are typing and there's a bit of delay. Oh, there he goes. Isaiah Feliciano picked it out. Yeah, Shamrock. That is correct. This boy Shamrock. I've always been a fan of Shamrock. It was brought up to me by a friend at the time, and man, the minute I saw him, it's just the bone, the girth, the head, uh, the style, everything about this dog. I mean, what's there not to like? Um, Let me see. Oh, whoa! Didn't mean to do that. My bad. Nah, I don't want to go through his. Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to go through his memes. Here you go. Check him out. Look at that. Got the bull bulge neck right here. Love that. I mean, look at the 90-degree stop. I mean, come on, man. I mean, you got to call it like it is. There's a reason why this guy's a grand champion, right? So, we're gonna be Lucky's best son. Yes, yes. A lot of people say that. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Inbred Lucky, my girl princess, is his clone. Wow. Okay. Sexy beast. Yes, he is. So, let me ask you guys. Let's play a little game. Let's make it fun, right? It's late night. Let's make it a little fun. So I'm gonna bring up three females, and you tell me, I want you to tell me if you think they're a good fit for Shamrock or not. All right? I'm gonna bring up three females, right? One at a time. Here's the first one. I'm not even gonna say their name. This way you don't favor one or the other. All right. First female is this female right here. All right? Let me show Shamrock. Let me show this girl. For the record, this girl is double N, meaning in the IGF-1 for the growth hormone, meaning big. So she throws big. In fact, she's produced biggest dog we've ever produced. Okay, so I already showed her with him. I'm gonna show you another female. Would you put him instead to say this girl right here? Huh? Check him out. All right. And he would be going to her. Now, this girl here also happens to be a double N, and she's also a tri-carrier. Previous girl was also a tri-carrier. All right. Okay. And then lastly, so the first one was A, the second one is B, and this third one, okay. All right, one more time. All right, so I want to know, do you go with girl A for this boy, girl B, or girl C? Which of the three do you find better suited? Excuse me. If you were breeding, which of the three would be the one that you would choose? And Reyes, you had to spoil it, didn't you? You had to spoil it. Yes, B is my girl Mocha. Furman says B. Big Back Bullies. I like that name. Big Back Bullies. Like it, man. I think Callie and him would be nice too, fam. Fam, my girl Callie passed away this past summer. I don't know if you recall. She had a C-section, and then she had a condition where her own body, she had an autoimmune condition where her own body was attacking red blood cells. B, Jeremiah, B and C. Wow. K's. I like that, man. Took a step. All right, I like it. Derek Hall calls it an A. All right. First vote for A. He says C and A. All right. I'm going to tell you guys. Hold on. Let me go through these comments real quick. I'll do B. Goliath says Cafe. Mocha. Man, nobody says Cadabra. Oh, yeah. Okie dokie says Cadabra. Green Hash says all three. They all would make a very good match. Green Hash 187. Listen to that. Quicktown Dogo says Cadabra. He knows something. He knows what's up. Maurice Humboldt, I think Shamrock would be perfect with Mocha since they both have thick bone, nice conformations as well. Mr. Freaky All Day says B. Robert Randolph says C. We got RGB says Mocha. We got BCA in that order. And Saratha, any of the three but B and C. What? And Saratha, he just threw me a curveball. Any of the three but B and C. Okay, so any of the three you would choose, but you're only choosing those two. Okay, I got you. I'm taking C for structure. All right. So, what if I told you? Hold on. What if I told you Shamrock is going into all three females? He's going into Mocha, he's going into Kadabra, and he's going into Cafe. Shamrock will be bred to all three of these females. And now it's just a matter of the waiting game, if you know what I mean. Now they just need to go in heat, and we're going to get the ball rolling. I prefer Kadabra, but wasn't an option. Of course it was. It was C. Here you go. Let me run through the females again. This is Cafe. Hold on. Let me take your comment down so you can see her feet, because I'm not trying to hide her feet or anything like that. All right. That's Cafe, followed by Mocha, followed by Kadabra. Right? So Cafe, Mocha, Kadabra. Right? Those were the three options, my friend. You might have just not recognized Kadabra. I will say that picture is not her best picture. In fact, I should have already uploaded better pictures than her than that. The resolution on that was horrible. Insuralta said, okay, there you go. Trick question. I've been wondering what was up with Cafe. Nothing's up. She part of the clan, man. Bray says up. Raymond Bull Bullies, he will add a ton of bone to A and C. Oh, yeah. And what you can only imagine was going to happen with B then. Insuralta, sweet. All three. Easy answer. Yeah. I knew I was going to catch you by surprise. Yeah. Yes, all three. Yes. I will have the banners done by tomorrow, hopefully. Or if not, they'll drop on Saturday. And, yeah, man, I'm very excited. I thought that was Athena. Sorry. No, sir. Freak out, hey, Raul. He a standard, right? He is. And I have said over and over again, you want breed type, you got to go back down. You got to go to standard. You got to go to classic. There's no way around it. That's where our breed standard is at. So yeah, he's a standard, but I don't care. And the reason I don't care is because of what he's going to bring in on his own terms. Plus, he's going into double N. Yeah, she's NI. She's not double N, but she a big girl too. So, and again, I'm not even doing it mostly for size. You know, if you guys have seen how I breed first for confirmation. If the dog ends up being a standard, I'm okay with it. I'm shooting for Excel, of course. But if it ends up being a large standard, I'm good with it. There's no wrong with that. Isaiah Feliciano says, are you taking the black label litter down and replacing it with Shamrock and Mocha like you took Tabasco litter down? Yes, I have to contact everyone on the previous litters that didn't take, first and foremost, and then we're going to open the litters for deposits. Caleb Wetter, Raul, what's up, brother? What's going on, man? Number love. Caleb, by the way, goes live every Tuesday. Caleb, what's the name of your live on Facebook for people to look it up, man? Go ahead and type it up, man. Number love. Elite Way, what's up, fam? How to do? Quicktown Douglas, have you added any new workouts to the pack? You know, that's an excellent question because I was thinking about that not so long ago. I don't know if it was a day or two ago. I was thinking about that because we have a sled now, and also there's something else we have that I don't want to just throw it out there only because I might make a video on it. But yeah, there's definitely going to be a little bit of a change, emphasis. And in fact, I'm also thinking about possibly making a mega mound. Now, you guys know that this past summer, with the help of Kyle and a backhoe, we went ahead and put, 26 trucks full of clay, basically. And that's how we made our mounds. Now, I wanted to make a big mega mound that would actually go up to a point and then go down on the other side. And you guys already know what that's for. When the dog obviously is going up, it's going to be working the back legs and the back leg muscles. And when it's going down, it's going to be working chest. So that's a good question. Don't be surprised if sometime between now and the summer, maybe closer to now than the summer, because summer's too hot, I might just decide to buy 26 truckloads, but for one mega mound, like I just told you, like a mountain type of thing. So the dogs would have to, and then what you can do is you don't even need them to be pulling anything. If you get yourself a type of ball that can survive their bites, or have a rope system where you can pull on a toy or something, then that'll force the dog to go up and come back down. You do that 5 times, man. You see what I'm saying? That's how the dogs, not only become fit, but they also sustain and maintain muscle, man. All right. What was that? We Fit Bully Camp. Okay, man. Dupree Anders. Yeah, definitely breed BNC no matter which order and add that dense bone to A. So, yes, all 3. Wow. I must have really screwed up on that picture because I would dare to say Cafe has as much bone. Hold on. Take the comment down. Here we go. Where's the comment go? Right here. Okay, so I would say that this girl right here probably has as much bone, if not more, than this girl, right? And this girl, I do consider her her and Cafe to be tied with the most bone. So bad on me if it made you think that this girl has thin bone. There's nothing thin about her as far as bone is concerned. I can tell you that. It's just sometimes even the picture angles just kind of throws you off. All right, man. Elite Way, what's up, man? Let me see. We got Shade Tree. Oh, I can't wait to see all the pups. Shade Tree, you love puppies, I can tell. K's World, yeah, you're exactly right about the standard. That's where I'm going with my program. Currently, bring it back to the original. Yeah, get yourself some double N females, then bring a standard to them. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid of that double I. Not when you're setting it up that way. And if you're setting it up with an NI female, make sure she's large. As large as she, as you can get. I says, I'm keeping my spot. Oh man, I say, you already letting the world know. You're already letting the world know. Number love, man. Tuesday night bully talk. Watch out. Tuesday night bully talk with Caleb Weddle. Watch out, man. That sounds good, man. Y'all gotta put a little jingle together. Let Miss Amanda know y'all need to make a little jingle and throw it out there, man. Number love, man. Maurice Humble says, very nice pedigree. A lot of gaudy line in there. Yes. A little bit of Blue Fire as well, which is in Aruba's pedigree. Somebody's paying attention. Somebody's paying attention. Shea Tree, Caleb, it's Thursday. No, I told Caleb, Miss Shea, to announce his Tuesday. So if you guys, you got nothing to do on a Tuesday, or if you want to learn as well, not that you got nothing to do, make sure to tune in to Caleb's Tuesdays. Tuesday night bully talk. That's what it's called. Tuesday night bully talk. There you go. All right. Isaiah Feliciano and Kevin Hart's voice. I'm so excited. Sup, fam? Tradesman Exotics, man. Sup, everyone? What's up, man? Freak out day. I think I see the plan. I see the few females later down the line that well played. Yeah. Also, keep in mind, I have a male over here. His name is Macho. I don't know if you've been seeing a couple of little shorts I've been dropping about this boy. He is a double N. And I can tell you already, I can tell you this about Macho already. And it's starting to scare me a little bit. He's about the same height as 305. And it's scaring me. It's scaring me because he's only 7 months. And I can tell you guys this. I don't want a dog that's over 23 inches at Withers. I want it, 20 to 23 is what the standard asks for. If you were to tell me what's my desire is no taller than 21 and a half. All right. It just, everything gels together. Everything looks nice. I think when you stretch it out, that's where you get disproportions. And when you're bringing in too much, you also get disproportions. So that's what I think, man. Working their back legs. Yeah, she's referring to the mounds I'm thinking about. QNK bringing that heat 2024. Listen, guys, I am going to do everything I can for these 3 breedings to take. I do it anyways, but I would be really excited I've already sat there, done my chart. I've already done my algorithms and whatnot, trying to figure out, Punnett square and all that. And every which way I put it, man, it just, it just fits like a glove for me, for my program, for what we want to bring in and what we want to build. So yeah, definitely. Cafe Sticks, says Shade Tree. You know it. Que lindas. Thank you. Jordan McLeod. I got, all right, man. Xerox Dog. All right, man. Perfect content while cutting up orders. Huh? Durant. Oh, okay. I got you. Caleb Weddle says, Raul, my brother, always appreciate you. Always, man. Number love, man. Us breeders, we got to stick together, man. We're one of a kind. People don't understand this is a lifestyle, you know. Shade Tree. Oh, my bad. Thank you. Don't know what she's talking about. I've got an HD Cowboy son. Big head. 7 months with striations of the shoulders. It's nuts. Wow. Goliath says he wants to see Bo Jingles. Man, why didn't you go see him on Instagram? I see him there every day. I comment. I give him a like and a share. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Just loving Bo Jingles, and he just got a new baby sister or future girlfriend, if you know what I mean. So check it out, man. Absolutely. So go to Instagram and type Mr. Bo Jingles. Hold up. Let me see what the account is exactly. Because it comes up on my feed, so I don't even oh, man. I'm trying to do it as fast as I can here, man. Bo J. All right. Never mind. I'm not able to bring it up right now. But yeah, just look him up. It's Bo Jingles. If anybody could look it up and drop it, I'll go ahead and say it. Jordan McLeod, breeder Brim. Some of these pups are crazy. Okay, well, listen, I'm going to let you guys know this. QBN, you know, the breeder behind QBN is me, obviously, and I don't like overdone dogs. I don't. I like symmetry. Now that doesn't mean I don't like a wide dog. A dog could be wide, but give me symmetry with that width. Don't just give me width and then short little legs or too long of front legs. You see what I'm saying? Give it in a symmetrical type of feel. And then if you want to overstep a little bit, you know, maybe on the shoulders and chest, I'm okay with that. You know, so I kind of feel like this particular dog brings that. I mean, he's always brought it. This is the breed type. I mean, this is the reason why he's a grand champion. It's as simple as that. There's no discussion that you can make that this dog, you know, doesn't have everything in a right symmetry and proportion, right? I mean, is he absolute perfect? There is no dog perfect, but I think that he probably comes closest, or up there with whoever's coming close to the ABKC breed standard. That's what I believe. Let's see. Just got my first bully. Mother-in-law got one too. Okay. I got to hurry up. We got 58:33. Martin Hernandez, out of topic. If you would like to answer, how can one get a pup that is a double Merle? More of a knowledge. I heard of this name. If you call it once on someone's dog, the way that you can is, I don't want to say it because saying it, we as a community, we don't know how to breed Merles in the first place. Even though you could stand here and explain it 1,000 times, the motivating factor is something outside of breeding, therefore it doesn't click, right? But the way that it happens is there's, I believe there's a oligo, I want to say it's an oligo scale, and depending how high the Merle gene that's being represented depends what type of Merle pattern you're going to get. And other dogs, it actually even goes into Harlequin, right? And so what ends up happening is you have one of the two, right? You have one Merle that's high on the legal scale, and then you have the other Merle, the mom's Merle, for example. Her oligo is way low. It doesn't show. And so in a dog like that, you typically call it a cryptic Merle because you look at her and she doesn't show the Merle pattern anywhere. But you look into her genetics and it shows that she has an M. Now, I will say this. For as much as I recommend Embark, which is the first step in genetic testing, they don't have an oligo scale, oligo type scale. So you would have to go, I believe it is UC Davis. I believe they're the ones that can actually give you that. If it's not them, then go ahead and check out Wisdom Panel or look up some other company out there that's actually putting it out there. But that's how you're able to do it. They'll breed a phantom or cryptic to a regular Merle in hopes that you're going to get an entire Merle litter. That's really what they're after. So I hope I was able to answer your question. I like the 21-23. Man, you're like I'm a little bit taller. Not me, man. I'll take a 20 and a half wide over a slender 22, 23, man. It's just them long legs, man. They just don't look right. No, love the knowledge for these breedings. You got it. Number love. Can you do a video about the heat cycles? Already have. But definitely I'll take that into consideration to throw either into a video or talk about it. Thank you for giving me the insight. Mr. Freaky, this is going to change the yard look and feel. Yes, I've seen Macho. Didn't he have at 7 months? Thought he was close to 9 to 10. No, there's 7 months. Isaiah says Bojingles aren't Bojingles, period. RMK. That's the Instagram account, and you can see Bojingles. You can see the story. You can go back. This is so cool. You can go back. You can check out all the shorts and whatnot. See him how he's progressing and growing, looking fabulous. And I promise. Right now is in his lanky stage. I promise. When the time comes, this boy's gonna whiten out like his dad. I guarantee it. All right, Mr. Freaky all day. Salute. Thank you. Dynamic Kettle, QBN. Hey, that's how we roll, man. Awesome stud. Yes, definitely. And he's been doing it for a long time. I think if you look into the history, if you were to write a book about the American Bully breed, I would dare to say that once you get to the last, if you were to break it into thirds, right, in time frames from when it started to when it got going to maybe the last, I don't know, I want to say 8 years maybe, definitely Shamrock is up in that wall of fame of the dogs, that what they've done for the breed, not just in the way they show, but also the way they produce. Isaiah says, I keep up with all the QBN production. Thank you, number love, man. Make sure to download QBN app. Also, make sure if you're not giving a multivitamin supplement, the only multivitamin we give here, guys, you already know, man. I'm going to say it again. It's nothing more than New Vet and New Joint DS. I know it says New Joint Plus. I'll get that updated. And you can't buy this stuff in stores, guys. You actually have to go to their webpage, and it's also going to ask you an order code. You can't buy without the order code. Also, if you order these 2 bottles and you order auto ship, say for every 2 or 3 months, automatically you're going to get an additional 13% off. Okay, so New Vet, nothing but love, guys. Let me finish up these comments. Thank you for the response to my question. You brought some clarity. Absolutely. It's crazy how dog genetics are very similar to reptiles. I think genetics in general, the one thing that actually throws everything off is the amount of chromosomes. As dogs almost double the amount we have, they actually have more combinations. Therefore, it's a lot harder for you to get everything you're actually looking for. That's why the term "there is no perfect dog" is because of the amount of variables that has to do with dog genetics, as it almost doubles the amount of chromosomes that we actually have. So it's quite a bit, man. What up, what up? All right, Trey Thompson hanging in the comments to get the knowledge. Number love, guys. Listen, hey, this is going to be it for Thursday night Bully Talk. I appreciate you guys. Make sure to give us comments, shares, and likes. Be here next Thursday. Let's make it happen. Meanwhile, drop below in the comments what you would like the topic to be for next Thursday. All right? Whatever the topic you want me to talk about, that's what we're going to go with. It's been Raul from the Cube, catching you on the next one.